Now let's talk about blocking a strike. Now, what I want to tell you is blocking is not my main objective in this altercation, right? My main objective is to get away, but to physically strike him if I need to. So in this scenario, if he's throwing punches, yes, I need to block. Like I have to do that so I don't get hit, but that's not my main objective. So if he throws a punch and I block it, I'm not done. I need to physically strike him, whether it's a kick or a punch. But let's talk about blocking. So blocking has to be instinctual. And what I mean by that is you need to let your instincts guide what happens with the block. A couple things I'm going to do to start. I'm in my self-defense stance. My hands are up. I'm staying in my bubble. All right? So when I go to block, I'm not blocking out here because that leaves me way too open. Say he goes to punch me, or maybe a hook punch, and I'm out here. I'm way too exposed. So I want to stay in my bubble. So I'm in here and I'm in here. So I can continue to block if I need to. My hands always stay up. So for instance, if he comes low and I block low, I need to bring this back up because that one's definitely coming, right? If he's staying on rhythm, he's going to keep throwing strikes on me. So I need to instinctually block it. So how I do this, I keep my hands up, I stay in my bubble. Now, we're born with instinctual reactions, right? So for instance, if I put my hand somewhere where it's painful, I take it away. That's an instinctual reaction. When I see something come to my face, I'm quick enough to pull my head away. Right? Now, I'm just talking about in general, like my head won't stay there. Whether I'm quick enough to evade the strike is a different thing, but I'm not just going to keep my head there and get popped in the face. Like, we have instincts, let's use them. Now, since my hands are up, if he holds it in the face, see how my head moves back and my hands are right here. I'm already in my bubble. If my bubble's out here, it takes me a long time to block it. If my bubble's down here, I have to bring it up. So your hands are in your bubble and I'm facing my adversary. Now, what you want to do for a little bit of a drill is keep your hands up. So he's throwing straight punches here. He's throwing hook punches. I'm just learning to keep my hands up. I can use, if he throws a hook punch, I can use my forearm to block it or my hand just now to deflect it. But now you can see if he punches randomly, I don't know what he's throwing. I'm just keeping my bubble up. Now, here's what happens. If you just block, eventually he's going to hit you. And in a real fight, whoever gets hit first is probably going to lose. So we do not want that to be us. A little tip I will give you, if he's throwing a lot of punches here, kick him, right? Just kick him. That's how we start to use our self-defense. So, a couple things I want to go over. Do this drill. Keep your hands up. Go slow. He's coming in here, right? I'm just blocking, moving my body in there. So you just get used to throwing your hands up. If it gets through, that's okay. Let's go over a couple quick things. We're going to talk about breaking the punch. So most people are right-handed, and most people will throw a right-handed, what we call a haymaker or a big hook punch. So if this happens, what I'm going to do is step in and use my tomahawk to come down. So when he comes in, there's my tomahawk. I'm facing him here, and I can apply my strikes. That is a great block. So I'm here, forearm in here, and come straight through. All right? If he comes on that side, I could either stay in my stance and throw it this way, or I could step. Again, this is going to happen so quick, you want to be trained to make it happen instinctually. So I have my breaking the punch or my tomahawk. Okay? Facing the camera, it looks like this, but you can see I'm still facing you. I'm not turned, I'm still facing my attacker. So the second one is our tie block. So what we do is we take our hand, slide it right behind, like we're pretty suave, grab the back of the head, and keep our rhino nose in front. If I flare it out like this, it looks great, but you're still going to get hit. So what happens is I tuck my chin, I bend my knees, and I come in here. So I'm going to get hit, but I'm hunkering down. I have my bunker. All right, if I do it on this side, I'm here. So the way I do that is I'm here and here. So if I'm facing you, my tie blocks, I tuck my chin. 1, 2. If I don't know what he's doing, I can hunker down here. All right? So to recap, I have a breaking of the punch here. Boom. I have a tie block. If he's coming with that hook punch again, here, here. Now, what I can also do is my overhooks. And this is really important because if he throws a hook punch, maybe I want to break it and then overhook really tight. I'm grabbing on. So when I come here and he throws that one, I'm overhooking. So you can see. Now, this will give me time to decide what I want to do. If he's a striker and he knows how to use his hands, well, I just came in and I just grabbed him. But maybe he doesn't know how to strike. Maybe he doesn't know how to grapple on the ground, which we will teach you. Those are really key things. So if it's like a round punch, I have a break in the punch, I have a tie block, or I have a break in the punch and grab it for the overhook, and then I can use my self-defense techniques. The other thing I want to show you, if it's a straight punch, I'm either just deflecting it down or I'm kind of just checking it. Okay? Okay? So now let's put this together. Maybe he's throwing straight with that and a hook like that. We're just going to blend them together. We're going to stack them. So I come 1, 2. Okay, now let's look at it again. 1, 2. Let's look at it again. 1, 2. So you can see I'm just giving you the tools, but you can add your own defenses to it. So that would be instinctually block. Now, last thing I want to say one more time. If I try to think about what I'm going to block, I'm going to be way too slow. Right? So I'm like, okay, he punches, and I'm, okay, straight punch. What's he throwing now? A hook. Like I just can't, you can't do that. So you just hear he throws, there we are. All right? So instinctually block, but you have to practice that. Keep the hands up, face your adversary, stay in your self-defense stance.